3, 2, 1, and we are live. Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to Backdoor Marketing with Jessica. I'm your host, Jessica. And today we have a really exciting show. Eric Wright, who is also known as Lil Eazy-E, will be joining us today. If you've been living under a rock, ladies and gentlemen, Lil Eazy-E is the son of world famous Eazy-E. He's one of 10 kids, and he is growing up hip-hop. 6th season of growing up hip-hop, actually. He also owns Rich and Ruthless. The Rich Ruthless also has a cannabis brand. There's a brand new album dropping really soon. So we're just going to go ahead and wait for Eric to join the live so we can ask him all the details. This should be a good one. Thank you guys for joining back. This is Bob Krilkos here. I see Ryan, the LBCA. Welcome, welcome everybody. So in a quick little introduction. So the LBCA is joining us. If you guys have not checked them out, definitely check out the LBCA. They're an amazing organization helping to press urgent issues to the forefront of policymakers. So keep your eye out for them. If you haven't already followed them, definitely follow them. And if you haven't gotten involved, you can volunteer or you can join the LBCA as a member if you have a license. So they also have some great events happening throughout the year, and we have just partnered with them, so that is all happening, all good things. What's up? How are you? Yeah, I see a lot of people coming in right now. So for those of us watching this a little bit later, I am seeing a script of people coming in and who are saying hello, and hello everybody. In the magazine later, it says it's not going to make sense. Who else is here? Let's see, Bob Krilkos here. Welcome, Bob Gelato. He's on the board of NUGL. Welcome, welcome. Rich Ruthless is actually also partnered with NUGL Magazine, NUGL Official, in Rich and Ruthless, both Rich and Ruthless Records and Rich and Ruthless. What's up, Lil Eazy-E is here. Nice to see you. All right, for a clean cut, really quickly, guys. We are back. All right, happy 420, everybody. You're watching Backdoor Marketing with Jessica, and I'm your host, Jessica. And just to start that from the beginning again, today we have a very special guest. We have Eric Wright, also known as Lil Eazy-E, the world famous Eazy-E's son, which is really exciting. He's got Rich and Ruthless Records, as well as Rich and Ruthless Cannabis brand. He's got a new album dropping, which is very cool. He's in the 6th season of growing up hip-hop. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lil Eazy-E. So, Eric, if you wouldn't mind just going ahead and tapping on that little drop-down arrow right here. It'll say NUGL Official and Request to Join the Live. So just tap on the drop-down arrow. You'll see Request to Join the Live. And here we go. And we are live. How are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. How about you?
I'm fantastic. What are you smoking on right now?
Well, I was doing blackberry gelato, which is one of my favorite. Yeah, I had sorry for everyone. I had some technical difficulties, so I had to leave the studio or the building. But other than that, yeah, I've been pretty good and smoking on gelato to keep my day kind of smooth.
I would expect I would expect that you are somewhat busy of a person. You've got a lot going on. So, to say the least, right? Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. If I could just go through what a typical day in Lil Eazy-E's life is like, somewhere between balancing Rich and Ruthless Records, somewhere between that and Rich and Ruthless Cannabis, talking about your new album, writing for your new album, writing melodies for your new album, lyrics, of course, living your life, and of course, growing up hip-hop. Can you tell us a little bit about what your typical day is like?
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, typical day starts off getting up early, as far as my son getting up early and waking me up. They're still in school. If it's either Zoom or, I have one child that's actually in physical school. So doing that, and then I get up and start my routine I'm back working out. So, some people, I'm back in the gym, preparing for a documentary, some upcoming, hopefully, roles that we have in film. So getting back in the gym, getting back some more content. So that's my day. I have to start off with a workout. After my workout, I will have me a nice protein shake and a joint. You know what I mean? So I'll do that, and then I get to answering a lot of emails and phone calls. I'll probably processly have emails or phone calls going on while I'm, doing cardio. But more so after I finish, I really would kind of give tune to what I have to do with my day to day. So that I would consist of Rich Ruthless Cannabis, Rich Ruthless Records, our artists, things that I have to do for myself, inventory on merchandise, more content that we have to do for the TV show, answering emails for possible show events. It could be busy. And now, in the midst of driving to a next meeting, I'm, with beautiful Jessica doing a live, to talk and do an interview. And then today I have maybe about 2 more studio sessions, and then I will see my mother that in the day.
That's one day?
But it's one day, yeah.
I was like, I didn't ask what you did for the year, man. You're like, no, that's since breakfast. All right. So we're talking about the owner of Rich and Ruthless, the owner of a Rich and Ruthless Cannabis brand, plus a new album, and a writer, growing up hip hop, also, of course, a father, and then all your meetings, plus a documentary. Holy shit. You are truly an entrepreneur and music artist. So that is all very cool. So can you give us a little bit of background on yourself? I know that if you're living under a rock, you've got to know who Eazy-E is. This is the oldest of 10 kids. And I would
11,
like, am I right?
11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
11 kids.
Yeah.
Pops was busy.
Oh, very much.
I mean, really, like, so give us a little bit of background on you. Like, how did you kind of grow up in this industry? How much of the industry were you influenced by? Like, were you there in the recording studio? Were you there around the industry itself growing up?
Oh my goodness. Growing up in an industry, it's like it's far beyond, because he kind of started out growing up with the originators of, this gangster rap, and this West Coast hip hop. You feel what I'm saying? So, studio, I was more so around video shoots, early stages of studio, but it wasn't really too much of a studio. It was a garage where I was born and raised, where NWA started at. So, from seeing Dre and Cube in the living room, and Rain, of course, who was just around the corner, and one of my big homies in Yella, it kind of just from an early, standpoint that I kind of was into it, then going on to see BG Knockout and Dresta, and just being, around a lot of the video shoots and stuff. That was kind of the life. And then everybody knows the hardship it was, having my father pass away, and that being highlighted so much because of how big it was. So growing up was a little bit tough on that end. You feel what I mean? So, other than that, I thank God for my grandmother, which is my father's mother, and his father, because they raised me since I was 2 years old in the same house. So we kept, a firm understanding, you feel what I mean, of, family, just having them and that support, you feel what I mean, and just knowing and understanding, you feel what I'm saying, just the aspects of life, you feel what I mean, without having a father. So a lot of those, those traits that I got from my beautiful grandmother, you feel what I'm saying? So she made it, good on that end, you feel what I mean, as far as in the turmoil, and just, kind of like knowing all the popular stars, you feel what I'm saying? It is what it is, being, my father's son.
You knew, like, you literally grew up around the legends. Like, you grew up around the people that made the industry what it is. That's incredible. Like, I don't think anybody's got the kind of perspective than you and yourself with probably know, right? So the members of Rich and Ruthless, the members of Growing Up Hip Hop. So who exactly is involved in the Rich and Ruthless cannabis brand?
Oh, with Rich Ruthless Cannabis brand, it consists of me, my partner, Big A, which is my uncle, CJ Malone, and we have, goes down the line, Ryan, of course, of all of us that are tied to it as a family. And the biggest entity, to be real, outside of that, us as being the brand and the individuals who came with the brand, is the distribution who's behind it, which is Cali Farms. And we just made a good family, and kind of been during the quarantine and the pandemic, really, it just kind of, lucrative for us, it's been success. So I can't complain about that. Our product stands for what it is. It's a great price point for connoisseurs, you know what I mean? So, like, again, it just became big, you know what I mean? Let me show you for one of my favorite, you know what I mean?
I'd love you to tell us a little bit about like the labels, and if you can show us actually,
oh,
hold that
yes,
up to
there
the
we
screen
go.
real quick. I'm gonna take
Yeah,
a screenshot. There we go.
yes. So let's get the
Very
name
cool.
of my favorite
So
one.
what are you smoking on right now? Is this what you're smoking on right now?
Compton Sugar. I actually did roll this up, but I'm actually sending this one to my mom. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I have, you know, instance of flavors. They come in the eighths, the grams, and everything. So I'm making a delivery to my mom. But like I said, I was on some gelato. You know what I mean? Which was pretty decent for me. You know what I mean? I kind of start my day off with this. This is my actually first joint of the day. I was halfway through it and getting out the house because I
Nice.
came work out in the shower. So just trying to get everything going. But this is called Black Cherry Gelato. Actually, let me show you guys.
How many products do you have in the line?
On our line. Oh, my own line. Ooh, wow. We can go through Compton Sugar, Compton Lights, Compton Gas Station, Compton Creeper, Compton Cookies. So we have a fair amount of lines.
You
A
got,
fair amount
so
of
what's
lines.
your favorite one? What was the first
Uh,
one and which is your favorite one?
oh, the one I just showed you, the sugar.
This is your favorite one. What do
Very
you like
much.
about this one the
It's the
most?
newest one. It's the favorite one. You know what I mean? It's a high THC. It's in a 29, as you see. You know what I mean? So this one's more so on the, you know, I would say this is more so the Indica Diamond hybrid. You feel what I mean? So I'm kind of there. I got to get there. You feel what I mean? I have to start my day kind of being there all the way there. So that's my favorite one to sit there and say. You know what I mean? It's been doing pretty good. Actually did real good. I did a 420 tour, this recent 420, and you know, every day is a 420. It's a 420 every day. You feel what I'm saying?
It's true. There's a 420 every single day.
Every
There's
day.
two
So
420s every day. There's two
yeah,
420s. You should be taking
you're
advantage of
actually
this.
right. Yes, you're
I will
actually
see
right.
you in
So
the morning.
very much, very much. I actually got home at 420. I was tempted to roll a joint, but I kind of like I was weak at these. But anyway, yeah. So
So
Compton Sugar.
what made your brand want to start a cannabis company? What made Rich and Ruthless record label want to start a cannabis company?
Oh man, it's like you here. You know, I want to show you this. Everybody can say. So look at the top of it. Rich and Ruthless Premium Cannabis. If you look at the fine lines at the bottom, it says the evolution of hip hop and marijuana. It goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. I mean, we do it. It sets the vibe, the tone for the studio sessions. It's about us, you know what I mean? You know, I mean, it's just our lifestyle, you feel what I mean? So it made a lot of sense, you feel what I mean? And it was an idea that, let's just be honest, that we had since young. Me, where I come from, we hustled. You feel what I'm saying? If not, we sold a gram, a dime, a dub, an eighth, an ounce, a pound, anything. You feel what I'm saying? And then the fact of the times of now for it to be legal and us to have the, you know, the blessings to be able to sit here and get to a distribution license, it just all made sense. You feel what I mean? It just all made.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In a lot of ways, I think the hip hop community, and especially that early 90s, that even shit, that even that 80s, like hip hop community, and singing about it and talking about it, those are really the first public conversations that people were having on the radio. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, you had your Willie Nelson types, but you were talking about, they're talking about it in some sort of like symbolism. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes,
They're
yes,
talking
yes.
about Tambourine Man. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's like when you can talk about it openly and you pushed so hard. It's like the hip hop community pushed so hard to get it out into the open as a public conversation and talked about. And it was talked about so often that the stigma was almost lifted within its own community, right?
very
And then
much.
it worked its way out to the rest of us, and all of a sudden we're like, I'm gonna go smoke a joint and work out, you know? And now it's okay for the rest of us, you
Yeah,
know?
very much.
But
Yeah.
without all of that, without that push, or without that dialogue, that the song, like literally album to album and track to track, without pushing it on the radio, like I don't think we would have the conversations we're having today about it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You know what I mean? And there's, again, we take it back to saying, hey, how beautiful that is. That's what I do at times. You know what I mean? I reference it plenty of times that just thinking, you feel me? My father was a revolutionary thinker. You feel what I'm saying? He was beyond his time. So it's like, you know, you always sit back and think like, wow, you know, look at how we gotten to where it's legal. So it's like, whoa, daddy, look at, you know, we can do this stuff, you know, legally now, you know what I mean? So,
Right.
and the fact that it's, you know, it's feeding homes, it's feeding families, it's feeding empires, you feel what I mean? So,
It was a fight. It was a
Yeah, let's
fight, but
just
it
be real with it.
happened.
A lot of people don't know that. I mean, hey, it's cool. I could say this. The black market is about close to 50% of the profit that marijuana has brought in since it's been legal. So that lets
They
you know,
shouldn't make the licenses so damn expensive, and maybe it wouldn't be.
make it federal, huh? Hey, there goes shot. There goes shot. Then I can send it to everybody. Germany, all of you guys.
Say it loud, say it proud.
For real. For real. So, then
You know,
Richard Ruthless
it's
will be
just
writing your stores everywhere you go.
that's right.
Straight from me.
If you don't want to create criminals, then don't make it criminal to get to sell a legal product.
Yeah.
You know, it's a legal product. It's a space legal product.
Yes, yes.
You know,
Yes.
for those that can afford the license.
Mm-hmm.
But that just means that a bunch of people working in the legacy market that don't necessarily have an extra 50 grand cash laying around, well, those are the most experienced guys. Those are the most experienced guys that have been selling it and growing it forever.
They
But
know
they
what
can't
they know
get
what the
licenses
product
because
is.
they don't have an extra 100 grand laying around, 50 grand laying around, you know. So no, I things need to change. That being said, you've got a voice. You've got a voice, and I love it because you've got an album coming out, and this is your very first album.
Very much, very much.
You've got your first album coming out.
Yellow Brick Road to Compton.
How cool is that? Are you excited?
Oh, very, 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 very excited. You know what I mean? I'm more excited, and honestly, individuals don't know I'm more excited, you know what I mean, just to give it to the fans who kind of been riding me since my Virgin Record days. You feel what I'm saying? Since the gangster shit days, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I'm more excited just for, the individuals that kind of been behind me. You feel what I mean? Just to know that, hey, we're finally going to give it. And this, the individual new ones that jumped on, you know what I mean? Get ready for the ride of what it can be. It was called Yellow Brick Road to Compton. And it's just my life story. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
My
a great
life
name.
story. Yeah, of what, what I mean? How I grew up with my father, how I grew up in the same area, same household, what I'm contributing, you know what I mean? What I became of, so I titled it Yellow Brick Road to Compton. And It Ain't Over is the first single, which everybody knows dropped. Go to littleeazy.com. You can sit here and see that. You can purchase the song. You can be on top of everything we have going on. Rich and Ruthless Records.com. You know what I mean? Go to Rich and Ruthless Records Instagram, follow, so you can sit there and stay up on all the artists we have. You know what I mean? I got other artists I'm pushing as well. So
who's working with you on these tracks right now? Because I know you have you guys. First of all, we'll get into growing up hip hop in just a second. But in your arsenal, just from the people that you grew up around, let alone the people that you associate with now by way of association, by way of, just kind of knowing each other from the industry. Like, you've grown up with the giants in the industry. And now I'm sure those connections have spanned far and wide. So who are you working on with these albums? Like, do you have anybody that is you're collaborating with on any of the songs? Anybody that's coming in on any of the tracks with you?
Well, and in the archive, we have a lot of things, you know what I mean? Like from OGs to Ice Cube, you feel what I mean? To, DOC, you feel what I mean? And, of course, one of my favorite groups, Bone Thugs and Harmony. So, the background of the homes there, you feel what I'm saying? Of what's to come. So lately I've been kind of just, gearing it down with myself and then kind of just fluctuating throughout the EP. I did so much for it that I'm still in the process of filling it up with features, you know what I mean? So I want to sit there and stick to home, you know what I mean? I possibly have some game for you guys, some Mozzie, you know what I mean? So we got some, some stuff in works for you. So like I say, stay tuned on richardruthlessrecords.com, littleeazy.com of all the surprises we have, the new merch, and then we're going to give giveaways for individuals that actually kind of stay down and just have a little kind of trivias for, things they might want to see, or things that they can get before time that everyone else doesn't get. So yeah, we're still working. We're still doing what we got to do.
Are you doing any tracks with anybody have you done any collaborations or any tracks with anybody that's on Coming Up Hip Hop with you, Growing Up Hip Hop with you?
Oh my goodness. JoJo, me and JoJo have worked plenty of times, and you know what I mean, to think off top, that'll be the first, individual song that I could sit here and put out with me and him. But me and him, yeah, we actually do have a song together. Yeah, me and JoJo, you know what I mean?
That's awesome. And I understand, this is just a side note for myself. So the Brat's on the show with you, right?
The Brat's, oh yes, she's on our season this season. She's on the Atlanta one, but she's actually premiered on ours this season as well. You know, me with the OG one.
Tell her I said hi.
LA. Oh, most definitely. She actually came to our showcase that we did for Rich and Ruthless. Rich and Ruthless, Who's House Entertainment, and Slip and Slide Records. We did a showcase that you guys got to sit here and you know what I mean, keep viewing in to see soon on the show that we'll reveal our artists, you know, my artists, Compton Musa, Latoya Lane, Kiki Smooth. You guys go follow them. You know what I mean? They all got content out on richruthless.com, my brother Baby Easy. So, you know what I mean? They actually are on the show as well.
By the way, guys, do not expect a date that this album is going to drop, because he's decided to just tease us and not let us know. So because I was like, but when's it dropping? And he's like, I was like,
Well,
oh,
we're gonna
man.
listen. I'm gonna tell you this: before the summertime, we're gonna drop another video, you know, and another song, and during the summertime, we're gonna drop another video. So before we even think about a date, I'm going to premiere 2 more contents of singles for everybody.
What was the first track that prompted this album?
Oh, it ain't over. It ain't over. Like I say, LilEazy.com. It's almost 1 million views from Mr. Criminal's page, collectively with my YouTube page. So, you know what I mean? Subscribe to my page. Subscribe to Crime Family Entertainment's page. Go check it out. It Ain't Over is the first song that kicked off.
We've got to get that linked up
Oh,
on
yeah.
on the article for sure. For sure, we'll definitely get that linked on the article.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I got a question for you, and this is something this is a personal question that I love asking writers, musicians. So when you're writing, and I understand that this album is very much it's close and near to dear to your heart. It's about your life. So do you write the lyrics first? Do you write the melody first? Is it about a tone? Is it about how you're feeling that day? What is the writing process like?
Oh, wow. Let's ping like that, Ryan. I see you. I'm trying to pin it. I don't know how to pin it. Let's see if Jessica could pin where people could go Rich Ruthless Records. But yeah, the writing process is usually it's you know, it could be different ways how different individuals could take it. You know, me myself is I go from listening to a beat. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can have actually content that you have in mind or that you started writing like while I'm like maybe sitting in the, you know, gym parking lot, start to write maybe a few bars or idea of a song. Then when you hear a beat, it can be different ways. It can click onto you like, wow, this can go with something I was feeling this day. Now I heard that beat for it. You know what I mean? Or I can go from simply hearing that beat and just, damn, I caught a melody to it. Here we go. Now let's just get off into what I'm feeling, you know, what I'm writing. What does that melody say? What is the content of that melody that I got? What can fit in that melody and in that pocket real nice in words format? And then I'll go off into writing that song. You know what I mean? So it's
Do
just different
you
aspects.
do you write melodies also, or do you collab with people to write melodies
Oh
for your
no, well
lyrics?
that's the hard part for me. Yeah, I will collab with somebody to write a melody. You know what I mean?
How
I can
difficult is it
drum.
to find a sound that sounds like a soundtrack that you could make part of your life? Like you hear something and you go, that sounds like my life. That feels like it would be so difficult for me to do.
Not really. You know, with my life, it's like, you know, maybe a lot of producers will at a good percentage of the time have a dark beat. So a lot of the stuff that I went through were, you know, kind of up and down or kind of costly things in life. So you would think that a dark beat would fit that. So it's not hard for me, you know what I mean? Just me, myself personally. Then if it's anything that you're feeling like an uplifted type of form or we're talking about the good times in life, we'll get something with more BPMs and it'll be more, you know, uplifted, more, you know, bounce to it, you know what I mean? A
Bounces.
little faster. You feel what I'm saying? So it could vary, you know what I mean? It could vary from different things, you feel me?
So also, um, writers, they write fiction, they write, fiction, fantasy. There's, based on a true story. How much of your writing is true and how much of your writing is fiction? And does it have to be a true story, or is a hip hop writer allowed to write a story and have it be just a fictional story, or does it need to be true?
Well, to each his own. Mine's is if it's 9 times out of 10, that story is going to be a 100% accurate story. Now we might have some, you know, fixation to it where, you know, I mean, we might exaggerate on a situation, or it might be a story we're telling you that fits the the vision I'm trying to give you of my life. And if I'm actually maybe telling it in a story form and I go off into the writing and like that, like a movie, then I might highlight like a little bit extra on it. You know what I mean? I may have shot at them. I didn't kill them. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Or you might, you know, reference that they're done. And it's like, you know, not too extra. So if you want to get in base of what it is, you know, I just keep it all the way 100% real myself. So that's what it is.
So seeing as how this album you said is near and dear to your heart, and it's basically about your life growing up, we can listen to those lyrics, and we can hear that tone and hear that melody, and we can feel you.
Yeah, very much. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's
All the
amazing.
way.
That's deep to just think about, just because, you know, you hear albums all the time, and they're very often written by like a ghostwriter or something else, and it may relate to what the artist is going through, but it wasn't their words, it wasn't their sound, you know. But
Yeah.
this album is you. This
Oh,
is what your life sounds like.
took a long time. Everybody
No
knows.
pressure or anything.
Long time. Long time.
Does
Yeah.
it sound, does it ever feel like people are reading your diary?
Um. Yeah, but it's that diary that you came at this point in time in your life where you want to put it in format. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it goes deeper into me, my thought process to share with everybody. I want to put it in a movie form where I'm simultaneously telling you a story of my father before time, and then at the end of his time, transitioning into the son that he had, and you know the similarities of it and of what we went through in life, kind of going back and forth. So you know, big screen film of a story that I can tell you of my father, you know, on facts, by simultaneously telling you the story that I went through by being his son and living the similarities that he has lived in the same house.
I feel like if I ask any more questions about the songs themselves, I'm gonna give something away. I feel like there's like, all right, guys, you need to wait for the album to drop. You need to wait for the album to drop, but definitely give us your website one more time.
Oh, littleeasyE.com and richandruthless.com.
So definitely check that out if you want to follow, and check out the website if you want to follow and figure out when the
Oh,
album's coming up,
yeah.
because I have a feeling it's going to be a little puzzle to figure it out. Let's talk about growing up hip hop.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
You are in the sixth season. That
Yes.
is super exciting. I mean, even to get to the sixth season, shit, most people don't make it through the first season. Most shows don't make it past one season. You guys are going on six. So that is really cool. How did that come about?
Um, well, it really came about. We were doing a show called "Growing Up the Right Way" with my brothers and sisters, with the same network, which is E1, and while we're waiting for that to just be picked up for a full season, which is 10 episodes. Um, kind of had the idea of like of me being in the office and kind of like, hey, you kind of are in the realm of what our show is, growing up hip hop. You know what I mean? And so I was like, yeah, I mean, I'll come on. He's like, you know anybody? And I think JoJo was coming on at the time, and I was like, that's my dog. You feel what I mean? We go back some time since we were real young, doing a tour together, and kind of just went hand in hand, and having the comfortability of him, because I wasn't into reality shows. It's like, I had somebody who could keep the dialogue all the way real as can be with me. You feel what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
to find out, it's not nothing that's fake or scripted or anything like that. And it was kind of like us going on and doing what we do, as many people have seen. Me from getting a drink thrown in my face, my second or so, I think it was my first or second season, by Brianna, to what I mean. What we went through is just all kind of just real. Everybody sees what my little dog Sam goes through in his up and downs, and the flack that he might get from individuals, or the heat that he might get into with different members, cast members on the show. So all of that,
Right.
100% real.
That was kind of the next question. Like,
Oh
so
yeah.
how much of it is like, we all know reality shows have like, there's a bit of a script to it. There's sort of like a plan, how that plan
The
plays
plan.
out is
I'm gonna
something
tell people
different.
the plan is with our show is the plan is we're going to somebody's birthday party who's having a natural birthday party.
Right.
We're gonna put everybody who likes and does not like each other in the room. Let's just film. So I mean,
Let's just let it slide.
that's film. So when people ask, like, yeah, that's as real as it is. You feel what I'm saying? Well, what's the put together part of the put together part? Oh, they might hype out with our party. You feel what I'm saying? Or the event
Right.
we have, but other than that, everybody's gonna get the memo that you got to go and show up, or it's somebody party you're invited to. And hey, you may not get the answers of who's gonna be there that if you want to ask. So it's kind of like, hey, let's get it how we can. So nah, we're not scripted. We're as real as can be.
All right. So when you are on the air, opposed to when you're off the air, like if you're on the air and some drama goes down, do you guys ever take it off the air and continue that conversation? Or do you go, let's wait till the cameras are back on again?
Well, just a natural thing is if there's a problem on the air, off the air, you're not talking. So it's like, what is it? You know, there's no like, oh, let's wait till we get on it and I
Right, right, right.
give you the understanding of realness. So we might go 4, 5, 6 months not working. So you get naturally these individuals not going to talk. So it's like first episode, everybody's seen JoJo and Sam. You feel what I'm saying? That's their first meeting of each other since being on quarantine and a problem that they had. So
Right,
I mean,
right.
like that is real. You feel me? It's really what it is. It's like, oh, why did they talk it out and hash it out then? They wasn't thinking about reaching out to this person, and it's not like it was regular world where we're gonna pop up on or see you out and about. The world was closed. Their world
That's
got
true.
their own feeling. Everybody got real life going on. Not worried about, you know what I'm saying, reaching out to this man and saying, hey, let's sum this up and before we go back to work. It's like shit. We don't know what the world is going to, so they didn't
Yeah.
speak. Then when they get to the party, with you know what I mean, which is not scripted, it's just a hey, you know what I mean. I invited it to it. I got invited. I invited everybody else. I got the house. We went. We had fun, and we went to the party. You know, out of respect, he's going to go to the party for Peppa, which is the family he loves and has a close relationship to it. But here you go. He's going to see Sam, and they haven't not talked. So it's going to go. You know, it's going to go the way it went.
I mean, that's kind of exciting to hear. I can't lie. So tell me who's all on the show with you guys.
Oh, we got the Simmons, which is Angela Simmons, Vanessa Simmons, JoJo Simmons, my dog and family. We have Twist from Young Money. We have Sam in Egypt. Egypt is Peppa's daughter. We have Peppa. We have Tretch. Tyran, which is Egypt's brother. And Sam is, you know, in connection to Egypt, which is her fiance. We have Peppa's niece, TT, myself, Dame Dash's son, Boogie, Stevie J and his two kids, Savannah and little Stevie J. We have Luke, you know what I mean, Uncle Luke from Miami, his daughter, Cree. And man, I don't hope I didn't forget nobody else. Yeah.
I would just like to say, first of all, um,
And Anna.
yeah, just the other night, like literally just the other night, my cousin's over at my place. I sparked up a joint, and this was something that I mean, it's kind of common for my cousin to do, where he like starts putting on these early '90s tracks, like old like and '90s hip hop, or like shit even sometimes earlier. But like predominantly, like it always comes down to we're drinking, we're smoking, we're listening to '90s hip hop. Like that's where it goes. And I will be damned if every single time it doesn't come down to Bone Thugs and Harmony, Salt and Pepper, and the Brat. And you better believe I know every lyric, every lyric.
Oh, that's
You better watch me. Just watch me around one time. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. I just want to brag for a second.
I heard.
Because I know all the words. So, okay, so I want to ask you to do a 15-second. I'm going to put you on the spot for a second. So I'm going to go ahead and let you get some bearings. But I want you to do a 15-second promo clip for Growing Up Hip Hop.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, check it out. You have me, Little Eazy-E, the son of Eazy-E. You know what I mean? With a lot of individual kids, well, grown kids now. We're all grown that came from legendary families. Come see the drama, come see the excitement, come see the love, and come see what we can put on with the stress, hold, and the weight on our shoulders of being our fathers, mothers, kids on Growing Up Hip Hop every Thursday night on WeTV.
That was awesome.
I guess I just tried.
Good job. All right, we're gonna do one more. This one's gonna be off the cuff. I want you to say a little something about Rich and Ruthless Cannabis. Where to find it, what it is, where to find it, your favorite product that you carry.
Oh my goodness. You know what it is, Rich and Ruthless, you know what I mean? We could be rich as we can and ruthless as we can. But Rich and Ruthless Cannabis is in I want to say every store in Southern California, if not 75 stores in Southern California that you can walk in and get your very much price pointed marijuana with the high THC level. You know what I mean? My favorite is Compton Sugar. This is what it is. This is where you can get it. You know, for the consumer quality weed, this right here might cost you $120 in your dispensary. So yes, when it's times hard, we're what you want to smoke. Very much. Richard Ruthless Cannabis, the evolution of hip hop and marijuana, you guys.
I love that. All right, I'm sound bitten all of these. Okay, we're gonna do one more, and this one is for Rich and Ruthless, the label.
Oh my goodness.
We're sound biting all these. These are gonna be little clips that I put out later.
Check it out, check it out. You know what I mean? We're coming from the legacy of my father, Eazy-E. I'm Little Eazy-E. And, you know, I bring to you Rich Ruthless Records, you know what I mean? With myself, First Lady Latoya Lane, my brother, my little brother, the coldest rapper out that I know, Baby Eazy-E, my father's third son, Compton Musa from Compton, Kiki Smooth, the first Mexican rapper out of Compton. You know what I mean? And we're bringing it to you live with Rich Ruthless Records.
I love it. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I could not be happier to have you on. I just think it's so exciting. All the things you have going. I'm thrilled that Rich and Ruthless is involved with NUGL. I'm thrilled to have you on the show. Also, I would like to invite you in, as long as you guys are okay with all the COVID restrictions and whatnot, and, you know, as long as you guys are okay with it, I would love to invite you guys into the Green Rush studio to do a longer form interview with yourself and maybe a couple of the other guys from Rich and Ruthless.
Oh, yes, most definitely. Anytime you need us, anytime, Jessica, just let me know.
I would love to just dive in a little bit deeper about all the things you got going on.
Most definitely. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Very cool. All right, guys, you heard it here. Album dropping. Okay, what do we got going on? We've got, let's see. I literally had to write a list down because there's so many things that are going on. We've got Rich and Ruthless Records. We've got Rich and Ruthless Cannabis. We've got brand new products coming out. We've got a brand new album dropping very soon with surprise guests on an unbeknownst date yet, which is kind of really cool. I like that a lot. We've got Growing Up Hip Hop. We've got the say that website one more time so I don't mess it up.
.com and richandruthless.com for all the information, artists, and myself, where we got, where we're touring, merchandise, medical marijuana products, anything you need, richandruthless.com.
I love it. All right, guys, until next time, thank you so much, Lil Eazy-E, for being here. And to all of you out in NUGL land right now, thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Jessica. You are watching Backdoor Marketing with Jessica. And I will see you next Friday and every Friday at 4:20. Till then, bye, guys. Thank you so much.
All the time, all the time.